the church, and on behalf of all those partners I talked about, I take the opportunity to launch the National Budget Month for 2026. Tuli wano okulaba nti bajeti yaffe abantu bonna aba Uganda bagitegeera bulungi. So tulina omwezi guno gwe tuyita National Budget Month. Tufunayo omwezi omwo mwe tusomera budget, omwezi ogw'omukaaga ne tulambika bulungi bajeti eno erimu ki, buli munnayuganda akitegeere. Akati guno omwezi twaguwaayo okulaba nti tudda gye muli mutubuulire, okusookera ddala tubabuulire bajeti erimu ki, ekirala biki bye mwandaagadde okulaba nti bikyukamu, ekirala eri bajeti ewedde yakola etya. Ebintu bye tusinze okuteekako ennyo essira kwe kulaba nti bajeti yaffe ekyukamu n'ebeera nti ensimbi ezisinga obungi eziri mu budget zigenda mu bintu ebigenda okutumbula ebyenfuna bya Uganda. Twabiteeka mu kanyomera ke tuyita ATMs. Ebyobulimi bye bisooka, ebyobulimi n'obulunzi. Ekiddako bya bulambuzi. Ekyokusatu ebyobugagga eby'omu ttaka n'amakolero. N'ekyokuna be bannaffe bannasayansi abalina amagezi mu mutwe, amakugu ge basobola okukozesa ne tusobola nga tutumbula ebyenfuna. Bannaffe abo abayiiya ne bagamba nti baleeteyo eddagala eppya eriwonya obulwadde bwe buti. Then ne tugattako omwo mu abo bannasayansi n'abalala ne bannaffe abo abakozesa omutwe, abavubuka abato okuyiiya naddala ebikwataganako okusanyusa abantu, creative industry, nabo twabagaseeko. Kati ebintu ebyo bina ensimbi ezisinga mu budget ze bikolako n'ebyo ebibiyamba okukola obulungi. Then amasannyalaze okugatwala mu bantu kikulu nnyo. Ekirala okufukirira, kuba katugambye twagala agriculture, ebyobulimi bitumbuke, naye tumanyi nti ennaku zino oluusi akasana kagenda ne kabeera kangi. Katwagala tulabe nti okufukirira, irrigation, abazungu kye bayita irrigation, tukyongeramu ensimbi, era mujja kulaba mu bajeti eyo ntwakyongeddemu ensimbi.
What we remain with are the impediments to a faster growth, but also the challenges that we face that can be addressed. So I would love my president to talk about how he intends, for example, to deal with corruption once and for all, because it is one of the areas where there is serious leakages in the public administration system. The second one, of course, is how can he reduce the cost of running this government, because right now is that really we have almost 9 trillion in terms of wages, just alone in terms of wages. We feel that really these are some areas that we can reduce the cost of running the administration, so we can be able to relieve government the pressure of borrowing. The third is that although our borrowing is still at sustainable levels, the projection is showing us that it's likely to be extremely very risky. Why? Because we are in everything we are at the threshold. Even some we have gone beyond the benchmark. In fact, out of 84 trillion, we only have 40 trillion we can be proud of that we shall spend on ourselves. The rest is assorted expenses, including debt.
Now, as I conclude, Mr. PSST, this current outbreak has already impacted businesses, and we are at the receiving end of misinformation. We have been noting that around the world, media houses lump us together with our neighboring country and which has led to cancellations. Tour operators, hotels are already experiencing cancellations, and this is really negatively impacting the tourism and hospitality business. And this is despite the fact that Uganda's health system is very resilient. We have experience in limiting outbreaks in the past. His Excellency the President put his best foot forward during COVID, even now, but you can see already. So we urge the media and commend Ugandans that for the first time ever, we are all united in pushing back against misinformation and lumping us with other countries.
The private sector wants to do business. The electioneering is done. And so for us at private sector, our cardinal and principal interest is to ensure that this money that is going to be deployed gives us value for money, that infrastructure is fixed, that there is efficiency and effectiveness in government programs. Because if you look at infrastructure, for example, if you fix a road, and people are able to move goods and services faster, there is a bigger return on investment. And that means that as an economy, we become very competitive and actually have advantage. So
the national budget, as we all know, is not just about numbers and money, although it matters again, but it reflects our shared goals for better services, economic growth, accountability, but also a better future for all our citizens.
And that will be critical. So here for me, that's my prayer, that we work these markets. Either the product is there, but it doesn't. There is a mismatch between the product and the fact that the budget for agro-industrialization has been increased from 1.8 trillion to 2.264 trillion, which is really a tremendous increment. The challenge now is how to implement, because when the money is there,
if you have animal track, cost of doing business. Yes, cost of doing business. It's fantastic. Mr. President, I'm actually a couple of things. I'm focused on the private sector. You promise to make it easy for private sector to get access to credit. His Excellency is going to be in Kololo.
Yes.
Economic agenda is going to talk about a lot of things, what he expects in this term. Yeah. But you've been in the private sector for some good time, from 12 now you're into the PSFU, the apex body of the private sector. Now we want to pick in mind, Mr. Asimwe, what are some of the things that you think should be addressed in the sector that you think are crippling you people to move forward? But also, fine, SONA is coming in. I don't want to get a precursor from you. Where you think there are loopholes, I think people need to be helped.
So we appreciate our civil society representatives. And as Julius mentioned, this is on behalf of Siatini, Jen. I can allow that mic because I don't want to lose time when you walk up here, Jen. Jen, you want to try? Let's try, yes.
report the increase in allocation from shillings 200 billion to 1.4 trillion shillings. I remember telling the PSST that areas in 2 years, but we managed to get 3 years, and that's very commendable. Recapitalization of UDB, we have in detail, and as well as at post-budget.
To the people of Uganda, the civil society, the private sector, and the other leaders in government have participated in the formulation of the budget over the last few years. It's become more inclusive, as mentioned in the statements earlier today, with Uganda's performance at the lead, as you heard from the survey, accountability survey, and budget inclusiveness. Uganda lies atop the league among their peers across the region and of course across the continent. We want again, on behalf of the Directorate of the Budget, within this month, that will include, as mentioned by the PSST, engagements both physical and virtual, but more specifically virtual because of the current Ebola outbreak, the different SOPs that we have in place to speak to this budget, but also speak to the priorities that the budget will be addressing. Prioritize the ATMs. A short while from now, we'll have a conversation with the key sectors that are under the ATMs, the agriculture, animal industry, fisheries, the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of...
As you can imagine, the private sector in tourism is hardly hit. They've had several...
It's very important photo because this appears on the front page of our friends at the Daily Monitor and of course the New Vision. And so we will need to ensure that every single person is actually captured. So as I mentioned, there is tea and coffee in the foyer just behind the room. You can make it active. So maybe I want you to still enjoy our all right. There was a Cosmos which Business Science and Technology, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, speak for them. But otherwise, it's a three-pronged team. We have our officers, feel free, the mic is on. We want to speak to the priorities under tourism for financial year 26-27. And in this room, you have all the players. You have senior government officials representing the attending ministries to ensure.
I'm sorry for coming late. I didn't get the information in time. So our priorities sometimes change. Right now, we have been hit by the Ebola outbreak in DRC, which has managed